Lay down your hair, she said, you're fine. To pluck and soothe his weary spine. Well, I'll sail away on the ocean someday. Oh, just to find peace in my heart. Damn these old blues that rest in my head. Well, I'd like to be on horseback instead. And we'll walk into the woods to stoop in the shallows. And maybe the trees can grow out of me.
So that's a song called Happy Heart, Weary Spine from Zeal. And Patrick from Zeal joins us now in the studio. How are you, sir?
I'm very good. How are you?
Very well, thank you. Thank you for being here. So tell us the story behind that song. Interesting title.
Yeah, interesting title. I'm not too sure about the story per se. It was a song, it was probably one of the first songs that I'd written as Zeal, so to speak. So it's quite an old one. I wrote that in November 2015, I think, so it'll be its third birthday soon. It's quite somber, and I'm not too sure if it's single worthy, but I'm probably going to be releasing it as a single anyway.
Great. So we are mentioning Zeal. I mean, that's your band that you have as well. So tell us about how that project all came about.
Well, it started, I've been writing songs for a long time, probably about 4 years now. I started working under the Zeal title for a while because I was always put off by the idea of working under your own name, because it's sort of, you know, I always feel like it might limit people to, you know, and, you know, if you ever want to change 5-10 years down the line, people will go, oh, well, that's not your music. So I thought I came up with the pseudonym. I went from there about 4 years ago. The band was a group of people that I met in college in the Belfast Met music course. A couple guys, Calvin Wells, Matt Holland, who play bass and drums, and another friend, Shannon O'Brien, who plays keys and guitar. And they do the music great justice. They're good fun to play with, and they enjoy it, I think, as much as me.
So is the band still going, or is this you going down a new singer-songwriter type route?
No, the band still operates. It's always been a bit difficult to explain the premise of the project. I think because the pseudonym itself causes a bit of confusion.
Yeah.
People always assume that it's a band, or that it's people always kind of have to ask, what is actually going on here. But I suppose it is a singer-songwriter project, just in band format. I'm never really, apart from today, obviously, I'm never really one to just sit down with just a guitar and myself. So
what about material? There's a new stuff coming out?
There is, yeah. Most of the work has come from 2015, 2016. Recently, in the last couple of weeks, I've found myself getting a studio space on the Crumlin Road. Me and a friend, Ross Edgar, have been recording some of the material, and it's been great fun actually, because when I started out in 2015, it was me in my garage, and I was running around all over the place recording drums one minute and recording guitars the next, and then I had all these songs, but then they were so low quality that I could never really put them out without thinking, no, I might have wasted these. So I've been holding them in my pocket for the last 3 years, and now it looks like they're ready to come out, so that'll be good fun.
And what about gigs? Can people go and see you perform anywhere?
At the moment, not yet. I don't have anything scheduled for the moment. I think I'm trying to do something interesting with the single releases that I have planned. I've got 4 songs, one of which is Happy Heart Weary Spine, is going to be a double A side per se, with another song, Queen of the Rodeo. And I've got 2 other songs that I want to release as singles, and with that I want to release little B-side tracks like they did in the 60s.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, little, songs that will never see the light of day anywhere else. So I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to promote them with a couple of gigs, and then by which stage I'll hopefully have the full album recorded and finished.
So was 60s music something that influenced you?
A little bit, yeah. Well, as most people will tell you, I'm a big fan of the Beatles. Watched every documentary, listened to every album, done, all the solo stuff as well. Beyond that, even the Ringo stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, 60s music. I quite like. 60s music is interesting because of even bands like the Velvet Underground and stuff. There's a lot of real gems in the 60s that you can sort of trace. Music from the 90s back to music from even modern day back to music from the 80s. There's a lot of 60s music was a real turning point in general, I think. So big fan of some 60s stuff. And
was music something you always wanted to do right from a very early age?
Oh, I don't know. I think so. My dad's a musician. My dad's a drummer. I think I was subconsciously interested in it. When I was young, I think hearing Nirvana for the first time opened the door to, oh, you can just do it. There's no rules. There's no Kurt Cobain did it with, his guitar barely in tune. So, I think when I was about 12, it became something that I was fond of, and then when I was about 18, 19, it became something that I realized is possible to do as a life choice. So.
And whereabouts would you like to see it going? What kind of direction would you like to take it in?
Well, I suppose everybody measures success in a different way. I would quite like just to be able to continue making some form of impact on some other people other than myself. And in general, just continue as I'm going. I feel pretty good about, being a musician, being a songwriter, so long may it continue.
You're going to do one more song before you go. What are you going to do this time?
I'm going to do a song called Goodbye. I think it's probably the oldest Zeal song in the current catalogue. It's probably May 2015. What it's about, I suppose it's vaguely about a goodbye, considering the title.
A great way to finish the show on, by the way. So Patrick, thank you.
Thank you very much, Robin.
And we'll finish the show this week with Goodbye one more time. Here's Patrick from Zeal.
And she sat on my knee, playing tambourine. It rang through my ears, a jangle in tune, or paint the moon, the deepest blue. If I lay in a cellar or a basement, can I jangle too? Sometimes it goes without saying. Well, sometimes it goes without saying goodbye, goodbye. And in my black heart, I'm feeling like a cherub does, pure and naive. And all my wounds bled in narrow space as I grew higher. Now I'm counting every sparrow in a bare winter tree. And then she leaves me without saying. And then she leaves me without saying goodbye, goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye.